Hi, my name is Issa Obrach, and on Tuesday, January 13th, at around 11 in the morning, I was escorted out of my middle school art student teaching placement. I have a script that I'm going to be reading from because I want to be very careful with my words. On Tuesday, January 13th, at around 11 in the morning, I was escorted out of my middle school art student teaching placement. I was informed that the district received several complaints from concerned parents about the video I posted the day before. In the video, I spoke about turning down a sponsorship from Wayfair as they sell beds to, quote, a government contractor furnishing a federal detention center for migrants near the US-Mexico border. In this video, I said ICE.
Be careful what you're saying. You sit up here cursing out government agent officials. Freedom of speech, yes. Should she have been fired?
At the end of the video, I put up my middle finger while saying that I believe that ICE agents should kill. I could certainly have chosen my words better and avoided using vulgar language and gestures, but my stance remains firm. I stand on the side of humanity and will not endorse any institution who supports ICE. I have chosen to keep the video visible on my page. My values and actions are always rooted in a deep love for humanity, including love for my own community members as a first-generation child of French and Peruvian immigrants. Members of my community are actively being killed and kidnapped en masse by ICE, a rogue paramilitary force that answers to the child 34-time felon who is currently president of the United States. I stand by my message, even if my choice of verbiage could have been more tactful. For full transparency,
Pretty much she's saying, even though she lost her job, she doesn't care. She's doubling down on what she said. She doesn't feel any remorse. Knowing that she lost her job for what she said, she still, nope, I'm glad I said what I said. And again, with ICE, they're not attacking your people, your community. They're attacking illegal immigrants. They're only here to get rid of people that's here illegally, people that are breaking the law. That's the same thing as a police officer. They're enforcing the law. They're law enforcers. So don't get mad at an ICE agent who is paid to do their job, which is get rid of people who are doing something illegal, which is being here illegal.
posted the email I sent to the district yesterday following my termination. Thankfully, I have the privilege of not needing to student teach in order to graduate. I have chosen to not pursue another student teaching placement since I figured similar issues would arise considering the size of my audience on social media. I don't want to comprise neither my values nor those of any school district. I will graduate without licensure, which I was not planning on applying for anyways because I don't intend to teach in the United States for the foreseeable future. I have the full support of my professors, which I'm so grateful for. Since around January of last year, I have been making arrangements to move to France after I graduate in May. I'm a dual citizen and have been speaking French since before I even learned to speak English.
She pretty much saying that she doesn't like America. She doesn't even want to live in America. She doesn't even want to have a career in America, which is she's doing everything she wants to do. So kudos to her. For people who don't want to be in America, they want to go into France, they want to go to another country. Trust me, people who love America, true Americans, if anyone who does not want to be in America, breaking news right here, breaking news, word of advice. If you don't love America, real Americans don't want you here. Don't be a part of our community. Don't be a part of our state. Because again, you won't treat it like you care about it. You want to take advantage. You're going to want people that's here illegally to stay here illegally. Real Americans want people to do things the right way, to follow the laws, just like they are doing, to hold people accountable. True Americans, we want safety. We want to know that all of our citizens love here and they're going to treat America like it's their home. If you don't love something, you're going to take advantage of it. You're going to treat it like, it's whatever. You're going to try to cut corners, do things the wrong way. You don't feel like this place is your true home. You feel like this is something temporary. That's what she's saying. I didn't even want to be here anyway. That's why she can talk about that. She can cause a disturbance. People can get in the way of ICE agents, put other American citizens at harm, trying to keep illegal people here. By having illegal people stay here, you're putting other citizens in America at harm. Gangs, violence, people taking advantage of taxpayers' dollars. They just knowing they're here temporary. They're going to try to do whatever they can and squeeze everything out of America until they're forced to get out. They don't want to stay here long term. Most people who come over to America, they come over here to make money, send money home, build their life up overseas, and then return back overseas. They don't truly love America. They don't want to be here. And it's good. Go home, leave, go work in France, go work in whatever country you want to work in. But don't use America, live off of taxpayers' dollars, send money back home, and then say, deuces, I'm out. I got what I can out of you guys. Now I'm out.
I plan to work as an artist for at least a year before continuing on to grad school. Also, I have enough credits to have graduated last semester because I've just taken so many classes for fun because I love school and learning. I'm very lucky that my circumstances have made it so that this situation has no real material repercussions for me. Of course, I am really disappointed that I won't get to student teach. This is something that I've been working towards for the entire time that I've been studying art education as an undergraduate. I really did give it my all in the 5.5 days that I had in the classroom. I had an absolute blast, and this experience has affirmed that I do want to teach art and that this is the path for me. It's just really unfortunate that this is how the experience came to an end. I want to respect the privacy of the district as I believe the crux of the issue does not lie with them directly. The problem is with the system at large, where education is treated as a personal investment, where the parents are the investors with the power to pressure teachers and even entire districts into capitulating to their personal beliefs. I've also made the decision to keep the district's name private in order to prevent this situation from harming Miami University's relationship with them. The last thing I want is for student teachers to have even more difficulty finding placements. This is a very rural area, and there's already not such a large selection of districts and schools available, and I don't want to jeopardize the placements of any future student teachers. A lot of folks have asked for my Venmo or GoFundMe, and though I really appreciate your concern and am truly grateful to know that my community has my back, I don't want to accept donations. Actually, student teaching is an unpaid internship. I'm not losing any income due to this ordeal. My wish is that you donate.
So she was working for 5 days as a student teacher. Parents don't want you to influence their kids with your mindset, with your outlook on America, with your outlook on politicians. Federal agents getting rid of illegal people. People don't want you like that. If you have a problem with someone doing something illegal and you want to fight against something illegal, that's a problem in its own. What does it end? Are you okay with people robbing stores, robbing banks, stealing cars? All things are illegal. When can you draw the line? You're creating a gray area. You're muddying up the waters. It should be clear, black and white. Either you're doing something legal or you're doing something illegal. If you're fighting and protecting people doing something illegal, where do you draw the line? So they can do certain things illegal, but they can't do certain things illegal. Illegal is illegal. Legal is legal.
Any amount that you considered sending to me directly to Yazan and Mahmoud's families. They are living in occupied Palestine, surviving a genocide, and they
Oh
need help
my
more.
God, this
I
mess.
also sell prints on my website, and 100% of the net proceeds of my prints for Palestine are donated directly to their families. If you still want to support me directly, though, I have prints and original pieces of art on my website. Our struggles are interconnected, and I know that I stand on the right side of history. I know in my heart that looking back on this moment in 20, 25, even 50 years, that I'll be proud to have stood for what I know to be right. I'm only going to resist even harder. As Egyptian Canadian American author Omar El says,
Some people really don't like America. Some people don't really understand how great we have it in America. And people like this is a danger to the freedoms that America has to offer. America is built on laws. And once you try to break those laws, you're trying to create different areas where certain people can get away with certain things. No, there's laws in place. If you're going over to Spain, you're going over to Italy, you're going over to China, you're going over to Russia, you can't go to these places and be there illegally. You're acting like America is doing something that everyone doesn't do. All countries does this here. You can't be in another country illegally and try to stay there. They will deport you. They will send you back to your home country.
"Day, everyone will have always been against this." Last year, I posted a video in which I showed an email I sent to Wayfair when I rejected them because I refused to work with a company that collaborates with ICE and sells them products to further their inhumane operations. Fuck ICE, fuck Wayfair, and fuck anybody else associated with ICE too. There were kind of a concerning number of people in my comment section who are entirely deranged and will now give more money to the companies doing genocide and human rights violations. I don't want there to be detained children. I don't want people to be shot point blank in cold blood while they're trying to drive away. I don't want people to be killed.
You're okay with someone running over someone. You don't want someone to be shot while driving away, but you're also okay with a federal agent being ran over by a vehicle. You got to pick a side. You got to pick a side. You have to follow the law. If a law enforcer telling you to get out your car, stop your vehicle, and you try to evade the scene, there's consequences to that. You can't just try to drive away from a law enforcement officer. Who doesn't know this here? Why is it such a surprise? Who think it's right when a law enforcer tell you to stop your vehicle? You're causing a disturbance. You're causing a scene. You hit an officer with your vehicle. What do you expect to happen from that? Normal citizen can just go around officers, turn a law enforcement officer, hit them with their vehicle, try to invade the scene, and it's all glitz and glamour? Ma'am, make it make sense. It's common sense here. Certain things you just can't do. Hitting an officer trying to invade the scene when they're telling you to stop after you cause a big disturbance. It's not like you're doing something peaceful and you're trying to get away from it. No, you caused the scene, you tried to hit someone, you tried to drive away. There's certain things you just can't do. You see someone pulled over have a conversation with an officer, and that person tries to evade the scene, it's a police chase. The hunt is on. This shouldn't be a surprise to anyone. For law enforcement officer to tell you to stop, show them your ID, comply with the officer. Everyone knows this here. Fight your battles in court, not to go up against the officer, an armed officer with a gun, after you provoked them, after you got under their skin, after you hit them with your vehicle.
I don't want anything more than to abolish borders. Where you were born.
This lady says she wants to abolish borders. Anyone can come into any country, gangs, rapists, whatever the case may be. There's no safety, ma'am. She doesn't understand why certain things are in place. People should just go live wherever they want to live. No documentation, who's coming in, who's coming out. It's the wild, wild west.
Shouldn't have to determine what your life's prospects are, and you should never be punished trying to improve your life for yourself and your family. Abolishing ICE is the neutral position. I refuse to associate myself with the fascistic actions of our government because I think it's disgusting. Anyone and any company, any institution continuing to work with them, I don't want to be associated with your brand. Please stop reaching out to me. How dare you continue to believe your shitty furniture's profits will ever be worth more than the lives being taken by the just deplorable institutions you choose to associate yourself with. Fuck Wayfair, fuck ICE. I'm covering the name of the marketing rep who sent this to me though, because I'm sure they're working through some outreach agency and they don't have a choice over emails that they're sending out for influencer outreach. Pro workers' rights here. Except if you work for ICE though. If you work for ICE, I think you should kill.
You are a government agent, paid to do a job, get rid of illegal immigrants, get rid of people that's here illegally. She's saying F you. F you for having a job. F you for following the law, for trying to keep this place as safe as possible. She's saying F you. Ma'am, how do you think people feel about you? She would love America and all countries to be total chaos. When somebody don't get their way like this lady here, you know what they resort to? Name calling, cursing people out, belittling people. It's crazy.